Welcome back. In this episode, I would like to address something very important, and it might be or might feel like it will be brave to talk about. And I really want to do that. And I believe that even through the voice like this, the podcast, it can be more um, doable or handleable for you because what I want to talk about today is the sexual traumas. How do they happen, and how do they affect us? And I want you to think about and do your own inner audit and childhood audit and your sexual life and partnership love life audit to see if you can have some hidden trauma, or maybe you have some sexual trauma you know about already, but maybe you are not, I don't know what to do with it, or what is happening with you, or why this is happening, and maybe you can see some repeating patterns as well, right? So let's start from the beginning. How those sexual traumas are happening, how they are coming to be installed. Of course, if we are talking about the beginning, we can start going through the past lives, but we are not doing that. Let's start from this life, okay? So, when we are little kids, like let's even more babies. I don't know if you noticed that, but I definitely did. I have very much younger brother, really. And what I seen my mother doing when she was changing his diaper, so what those kids do, right? They automatically go and touch their genitals and all around because it's always covered, and now it's on the air and it's free, right? So they are curious. So what my mom always did was he took his little hand and put it aside, and whenever he came back, he always patiently took his hand or arm aside because it is not appropriate that this little baby would be touching his little penis, or in case of girl, little vagina. So this is the first imprint in our minds that there is something wrong, this is forbidden, this is not good, right? Why? Because we are still living in this sexual frustration. It may be less than before, that's true, but still, we still are living in the sexual frustration. Like, just look around, right? Yes, you can say, okay, there is sex everywhere, right? There is sex in the commercials, in the movies, on the billboards. But it doesn't mean that we are living in our sexual freedom, that we are sexually free. And when I say sexual free, what I mean is without any kind of sexual traumas, and literally understand and really understand the sexual energy and its power and to know how to work with it, right? We don't. And that still creates the pressure and low self-esteem, right? So let's say this baby, he's get his first imprint on his sexuality. So it may not happen, but the most you will continue like this, it will come because the mind is like a sponge until our 6 or 7 years old. Someone says 6, someone says 7, so somewhere there, right? We don't know what is good, what is bad. Our mind is learning in this age everything. So later on, the mind can compare what is good to do, what is wrong to do, how it should be done, right? Then it has comparison. But till then, we are like a blank paper, white paper without anything. It's imprinting, we're learning, we're or instilling, if you want, or programming ourselves how the life is about us, about everything, and sexuality included, right? Then when those babies are growing, then we are talking or saying them or teaching them that this is something very private, we should not touch it, we should not show it, and so on. Of course children do it anyway, if you like it or not, they are children, and I think you are not their friend, right? But the more we are forbidding and not really explaining, about the genitals, why we don't do those things, or why it should be covered or like that, it will create a lot of problems. So think about yourself. Go and make your audit of your childhood, audit of your sexual life, audit of your love life, how this affected you. Or maybe not, maybe you didn't have this type of childhood. There are some people like that their parents were completely honest with them, open with them. I remember my parents, till a certain age, were very little. They were, walking also around us naked. But there are families which they don't do that. And I come from the Christian family. My grandparents were Orthodox Christian, and of course, it's imprinted. Maybe not anymore, thanks God, but before, imprinted in me very much. And I was really, very conservative girl. I was, I don't know, very young, and I was really conservative. I would not go around my parents in panties, or not in swimming suits or whatever. I felt very ashamed. And this is what is happening. So we are forming our personality, we are forming our beliefs, we are forming ourselves, who we are in this small, who we are in from the ego viewpoint, from the 0 till age 6 7, right? So if you have kids in this age, be careful how you're educating them. Okay, maybe first educate yourself properly, so you don't create any problem for them. And you can also understand what is the sexual energy, right? And how to work with it. Because think about it. If you, and you may know someone like that, or maybe it's even you, that they were, talking about sexuality. It's something we don't talk about, it's forbidden. Or if you are coming from that Christian or other religion family, as I do, right? Sex is a sin. God, this is right. This is a big one. Sex is a sin, sex after marriage, or even sex only for kids, and so on, right? Well, grow this girl or this boy growing, what will happen? Well, I can definitely tell you what happened to me. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating. I already tell you, I was really a conservative girl and child overall, really, very much. And not only with the sexuality, I didn't like myself as a girl, as a woman. I didn't think I am pretty. I was even told I'm ugly. I'm the most ugliest girl what those boys ever seen, right? I was not allowed to put any makeup on myself later on, and I didn't see myself as a pretty girl. And when I started to be sexually active, I didn't like it because my sexual energy was completely blocked, and I just didn't understand why some people like it. Why people make so much about it. It's not really. And then I started avoiding it. Of course, it has also that's something to do with your partner, what you choose, right? But this is another story. So what happens when we are suppressing in the young age our sexual energy, or we are not properly educated, is that our femininity and sexuality suffers very much. Your sexual energy can be stagnant, can be blocked, and if it is, not sure about little kids, but definitely for grown-ups, it can create, and maybe you have this, it is already some health issues, like literally health issues. with the prostate, but it doesn't have to be necessary only with the genitals. Especially for women, it can be breast cancer or whatever. It's huge. It can affect any area, any organ in your body, and definitely mind and how you think about yourself, right? So do you think that someone who is sexually suppressed and see her or herself as a low, have a low self-esteem, that this person can achieve anything, can be prosperous in the life, can enjoy the life? Of course not, right? It's something what it can't do that. So if you find yourself that you may have some sexual suppression, small or big, then it's time for you to start cleaning it up. Never is late, really. Start cleaning it up. I can definitely help you with that. I will be happy to help. But if you feel like you would rather maybe speak with a man or someone else, it's fine. Just please do it for yourself. Do the favor to yourself and start exploring it. Maybe you may feel like, okay, I feel like I have nothing, right? Well, I totally hear you. But it doesn't mean that you still cannot open up more and more and experience more. Making love in the tantric way, making love in the way of building this sexual energy, of sharing the sexual energy, it's like absolutely different level than the lovemaking what we are doing now. And understanding men, understanding women is totally different. So if you are really too much watching porns or you see what's happening in the movies, this is only for the movie. This is not real, right? Men are learning from porns how to raise up the woman, right? Her sexuality. Not every woman is the same. Same like not every man is the same, right? Or yeah, it's so still, you see, we are living in 21st century, and yeah, we may be more open about sexuality than before, but it doesn't make us sexual free. I mean, when I say sexually free, I mean that we are definitely and truly understanding the sexual energy, and we know how to work with it, and we do, right? We don't have sexual traumas. Our sexual energy, we understand it. What is it? We know that it's not only for feeling like aroused and for kids, but it's essential part of us, which is also a life energy. It's a creating energy which can be used in. It can be used basically because we don't use it. We just waste it. And that is also what they teach in the school, right? Another way how to create super sexual trauma, right? Or how to do that, right? I remember they didn't tell us really too much. They give me some small brochure about menstruation and 3 condoms, and that was it. And we had some tape, about lovemaking. So put a condom in, penetrate woman, you do some movements here and now, right? Like inside, outside, inside, outside. You have orgasm together. That is a safe way how to make love. Well, that's it. What about types of orgasms? What about learning men how to hold the sexual energy and use it and build it and transform it in the body, and even what will help his sexuality, what will help his masculinity? What about learning girls how to experience multiple orgasms, which will, and the right orgasms, which all will, boost her femininity and she will shine? No, it's nothing like that, right? The little girl of my boyfriend, she thinks when two adults have sex, there is automatically a baby. Well, of course, babies are coming from the sex. We already know that, right? This is nothing new. But she doesn't know that it doesn't have to be like that. And that is, I think, what Tantra is amazing. That you can teach the girls and boys from the early age to worship sexual energy. What is it? Of course, you don't have to explain too much about it from the first, but let them understand slowly that what is the sexual energy and why do we have it and how we can help it. And maybe there is some used to already some yoga for kids, because there are some certain practices which children should not practice yet because they are still evolving, still growing, but some of they can. And the more they know about it, the more they are conscious, and the less of these early pregnancies of girls who are 14 or 15, 16, right? So it's a tragedy, don't you think, that these little girls, those little girls, they have babies. They don't know about a sex. They are full of it, right? But they don't know what the hell to do with it. So then they go and make love or have sex. And what happens? Boom, she got pregnant. Another sexual trauma. What is then happening? She has a kid. It's an imprint in the kid that something is wrong. She may, or he, right, the baby may not be wanted. And then that little girl, I mean, that 15, 16 years old, she is also devastated because she made sex. You see that how we are creating ourselves those traumas and limitations and blocks. And my invitation here is to have a look into it. Please do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Let them know, educate them well about sexual energy, because when the girl is turning 30, 15, or I don't know your country, taking her to gynecologist for the birth control, well, it's kind of okay, it's protection. She will not get pregnant, 99% or so, 98% is accuracy. But think about what the shit you are giving her into her body. What is it? It took me a lot, many years, and I believe and I heard that it's already gone from my physiology. I've been taking those birth control pills for years. How many? 10 years for sure. 10 years for sure. And I took it and my body didn't want it. I couldn't swallow it. It was a clear sign like, okay, this is too much. No, not anymore. And I forced my body because I didn't want to get pregnant, because I didn't know another way, right? And I don't know about you, but I really don't like or don't enjoy making love with a condom because I don't have that feeling. I love to feel the connection. And I believe you too, right? And it's different, you know it. So, what about we would start learning and freeing and liberating our sexual energy, enhancing our sexual consciousness about sexual energy, about us, about femininity, about masculinity, how to work with it, how to use it, how to make love in the proper way, so you can enjoy it, have it for long, and be energized through it, and maybe use it for creation of your something. It doesn't have to be creation of the baby, but what about creation of the business or creation of the love between you two? That is something what you definitely can too. And it will save environment, because those condoms, they are from gum kind of things, right? So who knows how long it takes, right, for the nature to kind of recyclate it or something like that, right? So my invitation here is to have a look how you think about yourself and be honest with yourself, how open sexually you are, and that I means energetically, how satisfied are you with your sexual energy? Do you want, or do you have this feeling, this call to explore more of the sexuality? What is open? What is possible for you? What you can experience? What you can live? How you can connect with yourself and with your partner? What you two together experience in the same time, how this energy is dancing, marrying this femininity and masculinity together, then tantra is your way. And it cannot happen unless you free yourself from these chains of those limitations and the blockages. What we got was what you got, right? Don't be mad about your parents. Don't be mad about anyone else. They just told you what they knew. But now you know what you can do. It doesn't have to be like this. So I'm happy to help you. Definitely, you can contact me. I will to guide you. I will guide you. I wanted to say I will take you through. So I will guide you and take you through this process, safe process of opening of your sexual energy, those traumas, healing, understanding, because even them inside of them can be some learning. And of course, there are more ways how you can have your traumas created, which can be very, very not nice. I didn't want to talk about too much about raping women and so on, but that is a huge one too. So, and for those women, I would highly recommend to definitely do it. If you were raped or you had some unpleasant sexual experience or you were like forced. I also used to be forced to do sex when I was a little girl, like 16, 17. So that is something really big and something that has to be clear out. And it may not feel good with men, therefore I'm offering my help. And also for men, I definitely am open and happy to help men, uh, which I have been doing also as a tantra massage therapist for years, helping freeing them their sexual traumas, sexual energy, so it can flow nicely. It can be released from the body, from the energy, so that you can feel free and heal from premature ejaculation, prostate issues, erection issues, or the length of the lovemaking issues, or whatever you think, feeling low self-esteem about himself, whatever you think about, I can help you with, and I will be happy to do so. And even if you feel like I may not be your person, which is totally fine, I highly recommend and encourage you, please go and find someone, because you are doing it for yourself, for your future, for your love life, for your partnership, and for your kids too. Do you want your kids to be sexually frustrated? Or do you want them to be conscious and cautious about their sexuality and knowing and being happy, right? Because you know it well, when the sexual life sucks, the relationship sucks, your whole life sucks. It is projected in the work, it's projected everywhere, right? So don't allow that. Don't allow it for yourself, to your relationship, and for your kids. I know it can be difficult, but you can make it. I could make it, you can make it too. And if you need help, I'm happy to help you. So you can contact me anytime. I have a lot of things, a lot of programs or coaching or packages so we can make it individualized for you as it suits to your needs and your situation. So what you need to do is to just contact me. So yeah, we are in 24 minutes and I wanted to keep it short to let you know that something like sexual traumas are here and can and are affecting our business, our life overall, our relationship, just everything. And even if you think you don't have any, I would like to really to be for you to be honest with yourself here, because you are doing it for yourself, not for me, not for anyone else, for your yourself. And if you have kids, then for your kids too. All right. So I hope it was useful. Let me know in the comments. All right. Let me know in the comments, or send me an email or a message how this was resonating with you, and how useful it was for you. Okay. Super. So I'm so happy that we could talk about it openly, and talk to you soon, very soon.